A squall line of thunderstorms well to our west may blow into the Bluegrass State later tonight. We'll track them with the hour-by-hour forecast just ahead.
A body was found in this Madison County creek last night. Coming up, we'll bring you the latest in this investigation.
Everybody driving down the road has a story of the guy beside them, shaving or eating, people putting on makeup.
It's something we see every day, but police are trying to put a stop to it. Coming up, we'll tell you how they're working to increase awareness about distracted driving.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening. We're tracking another day of severe weather here in the Bluegrass. More rounds of storms making their way into the area tonight.
And those storms could bring heavy rain, wind, and even hail. That's why it's a first alert severe weather day here at WKYT. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He's tracking the overnight threat on the First Alert Defender.
Yeah, it's a setup, guys, that you normally get later in spring as opposed to the first full week of April. Temperatures today well into the 80s. High humidity levels. We're close to record highs in a lot of cases today into central and eastern Kentucky. We're watching live First Alert Defender, not picking up on a whole lot this evening. I think a lot of our evening into central and eastern Kentucky appears to be on the dry side. One little thunder shower here into Wolfe County. That'll head into Morgan County over the next 15 minutes or so. And not a whole lot elsewhere across central and eastern parts of the Bluegrass State. Got to get into far northwestern parts of the area, right along the Ohio River. Covington, Cincinnati, back to the southwest toward the Louisville metro area. That is going to continue to head to the northeast, not going to impact our part of the world. You got to watch your southwestern sky this evening and overnight for the potential for any thunderstorm to develop where you live. As of now, not a whole lot even to our southwest. A couple of spotty showers and storms trying to pop between Nashville and Memphis. If those hold together, those could try to get in here late this evening. But it's really all eyes on this cold front that is now into the central parts of Iowa and Missouri. Notice the squall line of thunderstorms out ahead of that. Severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings actually along that front. That is a squall line that blows into our part of the world well after midnight. That should arrive toward the middle and latter parts of the overnight, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning in some cases. When I come back in a little bit, we'll fire up the hour-by-hour forecast. And again, it gets the latest data into it each and every hour. We'll show the new timing that it has for those storms into where you live. That's in about 10 minutes.
The cleanup continues tonight in several central Kentucky communities. Flooding from the storms caused serious damage for some folks in Bourbon County. Workers at Houston Oak Golf Course are dealing with thousands of dollars worth of damage. The course had to close last week and hasn't been able to reopen since.
When you have something like this happen, it really hurts things. So April showers, so hopefully we're getting a lot of flowers in May.
Golf course officials have requested emergency aid from the state, and they are awaiting assessments.
Police are investigating after a body was pulled from a Madison County creek last night. State police tell us some people were canoeing on Silver Creek near Willgreen Lake when they came across the body. Police have determined it is a man's body, but as our Sam Smith found out, there are still a lot of questions surrounding his identity. He has our top story at 5:30.
It was around 7:30 last night when the body was found here at Silver Creek.
The detective told me they'd found a body there.
The unidentified body being found in the creek is alarming for folks that live around Curtis Pike.
Oh, well, first you think, hopefully it wasn't a neighbor, and then, then you consider foul play. Community like this, we don't get foul play that we're aware of.
Well, it's never happened before, put it that way. It was, it was something different.
Robin Brooks lives next to where the body was recovered. He says a group of kayakers found the body first.
But as they entered the water, I believe, as they entered the water, is when they found the body.
The coroner says because the man was in the water and water speeds up decomposition, there's no way to tell by looking at him how long the body was in the water, cause of death, or age. Investigators believe he could be from the area.
We do have missing persons cases that do come into this post. So we've correlated kind of who we think he may be back to those cases. It looks like it is going to be a case from here in Madison County.
State police ask anyone that saw anything suspicious in this area the last couple of weeks to give them a call. In Madison County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
The body was sent to Frankfurt, where an autopsy is expected to be performed tomorrow.
Firefighters in eastern Kentucky are cleaning up after a fire destroyed a home. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Letcher County. Crews spent more than 2 hours battling the fire in the Payne Gap community. Firefighters had to tear off part of the siding on the home to put out the flames. Crews also had some problems with LP tanks. One of the tanks was sending gas through the building, causing the fire to spread faster.
This early in the morning during the week, it's hard because it's a volunteer department, getting a lot of good crew right off the bat. Fortunately, we had a full crew when we pulled up, so we were able to start operations right away.
Police say no one was inside the home at the time of that fire. In Montgomery County, the Board of Education will meet today to discuss the possible dismissal of the superintendent. According to the Mount Sterling Advocate Messenger, in January, the school board decided not to renew Josh Powell's contract, and they suspended him with pay. Powell then filed a complaint in circuit court against the county's Board of Education. The complaint asked to reinstate Powell as a superintendent immediately.
A man is dead in an officer-involved shooting. Louisville police say the 2 officers responded to a report of shots fired near a school about 8 o'clock last night. When they arrived, they say they found an armed man in a field. We're told he refused to drop his weapon and fired at them, which is when officers fired back, killing him. The officers have been placed on administrative leave. It could take 1 to 2 months to investigate a fire at the GE Appliance Park. Friday's fire in Louisville destroyed a 5-acre building on the company's campus. The Courier-Journal reports firefighters are still putting out hot spots. They say it's making it difficult to get to the fire's point of origin to investigate.
April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and here in Lexington, just like other places around the country, police have extra officers out looking for distracted drivers. One driver who was pulled over downtown this week is a perfect example of what police don't want drivers to do. WKYT's Garrett Weimer explains. It's a story that's new at 5:30.
We all see distracted drivers every day. So do police. But not like this one.
And the sergeant looked and saw that this person was using both hands to light what looked like a marijuana pipe as he drove by. Didn't have a hand on the steering wheel at all.
When the officer pulled him over, the driver admitted to it. He was fined for careless driving and cited for marijuana possession. Police say it isn't always that bizarre or extreme, but that distracted driving, doing anything else behind the wheel, is all too common. And it's not just texting.
Everybody driving down the road has a story of the guy beside them, shaving or eating, people putting on makeup. You even hear people talk about, well, this guy was driving beside me reading a book.
Police say distracted driving is more dangerous than you might think.
You take your eyes off the road for just a second and you miss so much. If you're going 55 miles an hour, that is 80 feet per second. So looking away from the road for 1 second, you've now traveled 80 more feet in that short time.
Another reason police ask drivers to put their hands on the wheel and their focus on the road. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Distracted driving is especially common among teenage drivers. Police say 10% of teens involved in fatal crashes were distracted at the time of the accidents.
With today's announcement by 7 of the UK players that they are entering the NBA draft, we have a good question that's related to that. Charles of Frakes in Bell County has our good question tonight. He's asking, I thought that players now had to stay 2 years according to the NCAA. No, they do not have to stay 2 years in college, although Coach Cal and others have pushed for that. Here are the rules since the 2006 draft, and this is an NBA rule, not a college rule. All drafted players must be at least 19 years old during the calendar year of their draft. They must also be at least 1 year removed from the graduation of their high school class. The 1 year out of high school requirement is in addition to that age requirement. And the freshmen who go on to spend 1 year of college and then head to the NBA are known as one and dones. Coach Cal and others have supported making it 2 years in college before they can enter the draft, but really it's up to the NBA to change this rule. If you have a good question, go to WKYT.com.
Live First Alert Defender with showers and thunderstorms showing up well to our north. What about later tonight? That's a squall line I'm tracking in just a moment.
I'm Bill Bryant. Ads by an outside group spark up the Republican race for governor, and the testimony of a candidate for lieutenant governor will be sealed for now. The bottom line is ahead.
And coming up on WKYT News at 6, some new developments tonight in the search for an inmate who escaped from his jailer 2 weeks ago. We'll have the latest on the manhunt.